Bitcoin just did one thing everyone said it wouldn't. It broke below $69,000. This isn't just a number, it's the ghost of 2021 bull market. And for the first time in 15 months, we are back officially in the fear zone. If you are looking at your portfolio right now and are as worried as I am, then you are not alone. We are going to take a look at some interesting data points to decide whether this dip is worth buying or not, whether this is a trap and Bitcoin will go down even further, and if you are already holding Bitcoin, what is going to be the smartest thing to do to protect your wealth right now. Before we take a look at the charts, we need to understand what is happening with Bitcoin right now and why is the Bitcoin price crashing so dramatically. There are primarily 3 or 4 reasons why Bitcoin has crashed so much. The first one is of course going to be Bitcoin ETF with a net outflow of over $250 million in just one single day. The second reason, of course, governments, institutions, and organizations keep selling Bitcoin as the price went below $70,000. And on top of this, the market saw a total liquidation of about $700 million. All of this brings a total selling pressure of over $1 billion on Bitcoin. You must be thinking to yourself that this is random, but let me tell you that this is not random. It's called coordinated distribution. This is when large entities, institutions, organizations, and whales rebalance their portfolio while literally blowing out all the retail investors. So the question right now is, are they done selling or is the price of Bitcoin about to go even lower? Stick until the end of this video because you're going to get answers to a lot of these questions. Now let's take a look at few tools that will help us decide whether this Bitcoin dip is a good buying opportunity or should you wait for further dip. The first tool on our list is, believe it or not, is going to be Fear and Greed Index. This is a very simple tool, but historically this tool has been very effective in gauging whether there is a good buying opportunity in market or whether you should wait for further dips. The current Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 9, which is in extreme fear, and historically when this index hits, we are usually within 10% of the local bottom. The market is currently terrified, and in the words of Warren Buffett, this is exactly when you should be greedy, but only and only if other tools agree with your thesis. The second tool on our list is going to be the Bitcoin MVRV score. I know, yes, the name of this tool sounds very complicated, but it is very easy to understand. In very simple terms, what the MVRV score measures is Bitcoin's market value versus its realized value. A high MVRV score would indicate that Bitcoin is right now overvalued, and a low MVRV score would indicate that Bitcoin is currently undervalued. So let's take a look at what Bitcoin is doing currently. Now, if you reference this chart starting from 2018 to right now, you would see that during tops, the MVRV ratio has shot up to 7 or 8, and during dips, it fell below 1 and even went into the negative. Right now the MVRV ratio is sitting at 0.67, which could somewhat highlight that Bitcoin could be undervalued right now. To me, it seems like Bitcoin is moving back to its fair value, which suggests that the $120,000 Bitcoin all-time high was an overshot, and Bitcoin currently trading below the $69,000 mark could be a reset in the market. This third tool on our list shows you exactly who is selling and who is responsible for this dip. And I'm sure you would be as surprised as me when I looked at this chart. The tool is called Coinbase Bitcoin Premium Index. You would see lots of lines, lots of red color, lots of numbers, but let me explain to you this in very simple terms. This compares the price on Coinbase, which primarily caters towards US institutions, versus Binance, which caters towards global retail users. When you see this tool go into the negative, it means that the US institutions are the ones that are selling Bitcoin at a very high rate. So now you know who is exactly behind this Bitcoin crash. Ideally, we would want to see this go into a positive number before we could call the Bitcoin bottom. Now the next tool that I take a look at before deciding whether to buy Bitcoin or not is a very simple tool which is called RSI. I'm going to explain to you RSI RSI in a rubber band analogy so that you can understand it very simply. Think of the RSI as a rubber band. Usually it stretches between 30 and 70, and right now it seems like that rubber band is almost at the point of snapping or breaking. This could highlight that the sellers are somewhat exhausted right now, and we could see a reversal from here. Now let's take a look at the actual Bitcoin chart to understand what is happening exactly in crypto and Bitcoin right now. Our previous huge psychological support for Bitcoin was previously at around $69,000 to $70,000, which it broke and is currently sitting at $65,000. Let me show you why this is a very important level. During the previous bull market, Bitcoin peaked exactly at around this level, which is $65,000. It does seem like Bitcoin is taking support at this level of $65,000, but if it breaks this support, then we could see another Bitcoin wick down to about $50,000 to clear out remaining leverage in the market. So what's the verdict after looking all of these tools and the Bitcoin chart? Should you buy, wait, or hold? Let me tell you exactly what to do in this scenario. If you have some spare cash lying around, avoid all-in move at all costs. The market is too volatile right now. What you could do here is consider dollar cost averaging into this extreme fear zone. If you buy Bitcoin currently at $65,000 per Bitcoin and it drops to $60,000, you won't care about it in the next 2 years. But what if you are someone who is already holding Bitcoin? Well, if your simple thesis is that Bitcoin is digital gold, then don't let a 3-month correction ruin your 5-year plan. Selling at this bottom is exactly what whales and institutions want from you, and this is where most of the retail investors fail. But what if you are someone who wants to wait and watch what happens? Well, then the one thing that you can do is use the Coinbase Bitcoin Premium Index. If you want to wait, then you should at least wait until this premium rate goes in positive. Currently, it's sitting at a negative 0.1%. The next 48 hours in Bitcoin are going to be very critical. So I have opened a Telegram group chat for all of you guys so that we can not only interact but also learn from each other. The link to this Telegram group will be in the description. Make sure you check it out, pop in the group and say hi. But anyways, if you would like to learn more about Bitcoin crashes, then this is the video that you should watch right here.